Today we're going to be talking about the new travel protocol for those that want to come into Nigeria. Those that are coming to Nigeria, whether you're coming for visit, whatever thing that's bringing you to Nigeria, this is something you need to know. It's very, very important. You need to know the rules and ground. You need to know the new protocols now, the new travel protocol. You know, COVID-19 has really reshaped the way we travel. The normal traditional method of traveling has really changed. COVID-19 has changed everything. There are so many places that are on lockdown, you can't even enter the country anymore. It's not like they are fighting war or something, but because COVID-19, coronavirus has really reshaped the way we travel, the way we do things, everything in Nigeria. Coronavirus has reshaped it. So, and it's very, very important for all countries to stay up to date with all these COVID things, so that you will not bring someone that will come and affect your citizens. In fact, everyone in the country. You know, this national lockdown. The other day, the government were talking about another phase of was talking about lockdown again. The way Nigerians reacted, you need to see the way Twitter was on fire. See, coronavirus again, lockdown this, lockdown again. To be honest with you, Nigerians are not ready for anything lockdown. Anything that will bring coronavirus in this country, they are always watching 24 hours to make sure that there's nothing that will bring in coronavirus here again in Nigeria. So let's manage the ones we have so that we can be coronavirus free. So the governments are always watching. That's why they are setting up this. And Nigerian governments are really trying. I must commend them. The governments are really trying. They are doing a lot, to fight this coronavirus. Of course, the death rate in Nigeria is really dropping. We are really grateful to God. The case in Nigeria is really reducing. The case in Nigeria is really reducing. Unlike before, God is really faithful. God is faithful. We thank Him for all this. So the governments are trying in their own best, in their own way, in order to make sure that we don't have this issue of coronavirus again. Anything that has to do with coronavirus, the governments are always staying up to date to make sure that coronavirus is a thing of past in Nigeria, and that's why they're setting up these rules. So for passengers coming into Nigeria, you need to know this. Those that are coming from Brazil, Turkey, and Italy, this video is also for you. You need to know this. Before you come to Nigeria, you need to watch this video. You need to know what is going on. My name is Amadinya, and you can always find me here on Sagetravels.com. This is where I am always talking about travel. If I'm not talking about travel, I'm writing about travel. Subscribe and share this video. Just subscribe, please. We have 100 subscribers already, and we keep praying that the number will keep increasing. We're really grateful to God for that. Please subscribe. I beg you, please subscribe. Don't just watch and pass. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm really grateful. Thank you very much. Before you come to Nigeria, the number one thing you need to do before you come, after all your travel documents and other things, that one is normal. For the travel protocol, I'm talking about COVID. You need to have a negative PCR test. In fact, you need to be negative. You need to be negative before you come to Nigeria. You need a negative certificate of COVID-19. You need to be negative before you be allowed to enter Nigeria. Don't come if you're positive. You need to be negative before you be allowed to enter Nigeria. That's number one. And the number two is this. Your COVID test results must be 72 hours. It must be valid. It must just be for 72 hours. Initially, Nigerian government were doing 92 hours. If you have 92 hours, you can be allowed to enter. But now, the governments have reduced it from 92 hours to 72 hours. You must have 72 hours before you be allowed to enter Nigeria. A passenger that doesn't have 72 hours valid COVID results will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. So this is very important. One, you need to have your COVID test. You must have a negative COVID test. Two, the COVID test must be valid for 72 hours, not 92 hours like before. It's not 72 hours. You need to know this. Then the second one I need to talk about is for passengers that are coming from three countries. Passengers that are coming from India, passengers that are coming from Brazil, passengers that are coming from Turkey. The protocol is this: you will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. If you have been to India, if you have been to Brazil, if you have been to Turkey in the last 14 days, you will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. That is it. The cases in India is really increasing, and I don't know where you're watching this from, but if you're watching from India or you're an Indian, you're watching this, please, my prayers and thoughts are with you in this hard time. I was reading in the news the other time, and I saw that the cases is really increasing. Everything is overwhelmed. Like, they have shortage of workers, health workers. gas, oxygen there is shortage. In fact, the hospital are stressed. Come on, please. My prayers and thoughts are with you in this hard time, and I pray that God will intervene speedily and save your country in this time. God will do it. I believe He will do it because He has been doing it before in other countries. He will do it for you in this hard time. Thank you. But please, the most important thing now is, if you are from India, Nigeria, if you are from India, Turkey, or Brazil, you will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. That's one thing you need to know. Now, the second thing you need to know is that if you are transiting from any of these countries, if you are transiting from India, Turkey, and Brazil, this rule does not apply to you. You will enter Nigeria. You will be allowed to enter Nigeria. You will not be denied if you are transiting. But if you are from India, you are from Turkey or Brazil, you will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. You will not be allowed. But if you are transiting, you'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. That's it. Now, another thing you need to know again is, if you're a Nigerian or someone with resident permit, you'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. Yeah, this is it for you. You'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. If you're a Nigerian and you are coming from India, Turkey, and Brazil, you'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. You don't have issues. You'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. If you have a resident permit, you'll be allowed to enter Nigeria too. You'll be allowed to enter Nigeria. You don't have issues too. But the other people that will be denied is people that are coming. The people that will be denied are people that are coming from the countries. Maybe nationals, people that are staying there that are not Nigerians, people that doesn't have permanent residence in Nigeria. They are the people that will be denied at the airport. They will not be allowed to enter Nigeria. This is specifically for airlines. Now, this is what the government is saying. I'm going to read it from my laptop. It says that the following measures shall apply to airline and passengers who fail to comply with 1 and 2 above, what I mentioned before. It says airlines shall mandatorily pay a penalty of $3,500 for each defaulting passengers. This is for airlines. Any airline that is bringing in passenger that doesn't have a negative COVID results, that doesn't have a 72 hours valid results, that is bringing someone coming from India, Turkey, and Brazil, you'll be penalized. You'll be charged $3,500. Nigerian government will charge you. This is for you specifically. So the best for you is just to avoid anyone coming from there. Please don't take passengers from there to Nigeria. They will not be allowed to enter Nigeria, and you will be charged. For each passenger, you pay $3,500. So we'll go to the next one. Affected. Nigerians coming from India, Turkey, and Brazil are not affected. They will be allowed to enter. Like I said, people with permanent residence too will be allowed to enter. But there is a condition for them. This is what the government is saying. Nigerians and those with permanent residence shall undergo 7 days of mandatory quarantine in government-approved facilities at the point of entry city and at the cost of the passenger. The following conditions shall apply to such passengers. Nigerians coming from India, Turkey, and Brazil will be allowed to enter, but there is something you need to know. There is a condition before you be allowed to enter. This is 1. You undergo a 7 days quarantine. You undergo 7 days quarantine, self-isolation. Now, when you arrive in Nigeria, this is what the rule says. Within 24 hours of arriving, shall take a COVID-19 PCR test. Go for a COVID test in Nigeria. If positive, the passenger shall be admitted within a government-approved treatment center in line with the national treatment protocol. So if you arrive Nigeria and within the 24 hours the government talked about and they text you, you are positive, you'll be admitted in the government-approved treatment lab according to the national treatment protocol. You'll be admitted. If you're positive, you arrive in Nigeria within 24 hours, they test you and you're positive, you are going to be treated. You're going to be in government-approved treatment center. But if you are negative, this is for you. If you are negative, the passenger shall continue to remain in self-isolation and made to go through a repeat PCR test on the 7th of their quarantine. So if negative, you will not be allowed to mix with the public. You will self-isolate. You will self-isolate for the next 7 days, and on the 7th day you go for another PCR test. Yeah, so this is it. Nigerians will be allowed to enter. Those with permanent residents will be allowed to enter, but on condition 7 days quarantine. When you arrive in Nigeria, within 24 hours you're going to test. When you test, after your test, if positive, you'll be taken to the government treatment center. Passengers arriving in Nigeria from other destinations, any country you are coming from, whether you're coming from a neighboring country or you're coming from a far away country, this is for you. 1. Must observe 7 days self-isolation as final destination. Wherever you arrive in, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, wherever you arrive, you must observe 7 days self-isolation. It's just like other Nigerians there. Other Nigerians coming from Brazil, Turkey, you must observe 7 days self-isolation. It's very, very important. You must observe is 7 good days self-isolation. And the next one is talking about, the next one says, carry out a COVID-19 PCR. Carry out his COVID-19 PCR test on day 7 at selected laboratory. Now, people coming from India, Turkey, and Brazil, when they arrive, they will take a COVID test on arrival. But in this case now, when you arrive in Nigeria, you will self-isolate, and on the 7th day, you will go for another PCR test. That's the difference now. The difference between you coming from other countries and those coming from Brazil, Turkey, and India. They will take COVID test within 24 hours, the first one, and then take another one if negative on the 7th day. When you arrive on the 7th day, after self-isolation for 7 days, on the 7th day you go for another PCR test. Very, very important and mandatory. You must go in. Now, the next thing is, it says that government will monitor you to make sure that you're complying with this self-isolation. Of course, now, this Nigerian thing. Once we arrive there, you just, I beg, I don't show, nothing they happen. You just go your way, nothing they happen. You just go your way. That kind of thing, Nigerian thing. They are saying the government will monitor you this time. We got our eyes on you. The government is saying you. So the government is going to monitor you to make sure that you are really, really, really observing the COVID rules. You are self-isolating. So the government is going to monitor you. This is what they are saying. You arrive in Nigeria from another country, no problem. You are going to self-isolate for 7 days. Yes. And on the 7th day, you go for PCR test again. The next point is for those that give false information. The government doesn't like you. The government says that any passenger who provided false or misleading contact information will be liable to prosecution. If you provide false information, you will be prosecuted in Nigeria. The moment you arrive, you will be prosecuted. So you need to provide the right and the active contact information. You need to provide the right one, the active one, so that government can monitor you to make sure that you are complying with the COVID rules. So the next point again is strictly for the state government. State governments need to know this too. He said that state governments are required to ensure all returning passengers in the country are monitored to ensure the adherence to this COVID rule. So this is for the state government. They need to monitor all those that are coming into Nigeria. If passenger is coming to your state, so make sure you don't provide false information. Make sure you give the active and the current contact information, because you'll be persecuted if you provide false information. The state governments have been mandated to monitor you. So please don't fall victim. Don't give us false information. That's another thing. And also the last one is the government is asking everyone to make sure that you adhere to the COVID rules, the COVID protocols. Make sure you adhere to it. Social distancing, wash your hand regularly. Please wear your mask. Very, very important. Where's my mask? Oh God, it's not here. Wear your mask when you arrive in Nigeria. Wear your mask. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you observe the COVID rules, social distancing, all the COVID rules that have been established. Observe them. This is what the government is saying. So that is all for now. And okay, the last thing is for passengers arriving in Nigeria, there is a travel portal where you need to enter your contact details and your information and possibly make payment to on the website, or anything that you need to know about the COVID rules in Nigeria. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. Please check it out. You need to know it. Read more about what I've just said there. Fill in the form before you arrive in Nigeria so that you'll be on the safe side.